We're back with Republican presidential candidate Ron Paul, who is joining us tonight for a full hour. I want to make this very clear. I believe that Ron Paul, in general, the group of supporters, some of whom I have met while I was on the road, are amazing people. Without any help from the official campaign, Ron Paul supporters have coined the term the Ron Paul Revolution. They developed the concept for the Guy Fawkes Day money bomb back in November 5th, which raised over $4 million. They hired a blimp to fly over New Hampshire to promote the Ron Paul campaign. Last Sunday, they held a tea party where they broke John Kerry's single-day primary fundraising record by collecting another $6 million. But the downside is when you have rabid supporters, some of them believe they can speak to their own agendas using the candidate's name. And I just in the break showed Dr. Paul just a clip, a very small part of a 5-minute video that is on the internet where I am named a traitor and traitors should be executed. Would you like to address that at all, sir?
Well, I can only in general. I have no idea who the people are. I've never heard about this. I haven't seen this before, but all I can do is address the subject of violence. I'm committed to nonviolence, no initiation of aggression. These are my political viewpoints. I believe in political change coming about in the mode of Gandhi and Martin Luther King through nonviolence. I happen to believe that we should practice these principles both domestically against individuals as well as other countries. This is the reason I don't use aggression against other countries to bring about changes. I don't ever want to initiate aggression. This is what is in our Constitution, and so I reject anybody that would use violence because, in the same sense, our supporters have coined the words love in the revolution and peace and hope. So that is the tone that I know about, and that is the tone that I hear, and that's the only thing I hear at our rallies. Well, so I don't have to endorse what they do, and if they try to get away with attaching my name to what they do, it's wrong. Okay, here's what the people who are, at least the ones that I have met and received tons of mail, and I could read them to you if you want, sir, where they're calling for my death. They say that I am part of a 9/11 conspiracy, and I have watched the interviews with you. You don't leave any room for any doubt on a 9/11 conspiracy, but I'd just like to make it clear and ask you, and I don't believe these need explanation unless I've read your answers wrong elsewhere, but may I just run through these 9/11 conspiracies? No plane hit the Pentagon on September 11th. Instead, it was a missile fired by elements from inside the American state apparatus. Yes or no? Oh, it's preposterous. Okay.
The planes that hit the World Trade Center towers were remotely controlled.
I mean, this is just bizarre. Okay. I've not even heard these challenges
I understand. I don't mean to, sir, these are the people that, some of these people speak in your name, and they actually say that you will be on this program tonight, and you will answer the way you're answering now because you can't let on. They believe that you are part of this, of another kind of conspiracy to expose the conspiracy of 9/11 in the World Trade Center. Can you? I mean, I don't know how you address people who are so deeply into conspiracy, but can you?
I don't know what I would be supposed to be doing. No, I mean, I don't think there's any evidence.
Is there any evidence or is there any doubt in your mind that the United States government was not involved in the September 11th attacks, that we did not bring down World Trade Center number 7?
Yeah, I absolutely believe that is true. They did not. But the connection may be, and where some people get carried away, is if you dig through those $40 billion worth of intelligence gathering apparatus that we had before 9/11, we dig up information, and there was some ineptness. And sometimes when you find ineptness in government, it's easy to make this giant leap over into conspiracy, and they do it on purpose. But, we had an FBI agent, like on 70 different occasions, reported that these individuals were flying airplanes and not learning how to land understand them, and that he was totally ignored. I consider this ineptness on government, not a conspiracy that, oh yeah, we know about it, we can't wait till the towers come down. No, I don't believe that at all. I think I don't even think I should have to answer questions like that.
Yes, sir, I do not believe that this is your point of view, and I don't believe this is the point of view of most of your supporters, the vast, vast majority. And it's just, you know, Rosie O'Donnell, Charlie Sheen have gone down this road, and it is a growing movement, and quite honestly, I think it's a dangerous movement. Back in just a second. Final thoughts from Dr. Ron Paul. I let him control the agenda. 3 minutes, his thoughts coming up. We are back with presidential candidate Ron Paul. Dr. Paul, many of your supporters feel that the mainstream media is not fair to you. They don't either let you talk about the issues that you feel are most important, or worse, they distort your words. That's why I've agreed to let this final segment be up to you. First of all, fair interview with you tonight, sir?
Yes, very much so, and I got a much better interview than I've gotten from some other interviewers on other stations, so I am pleased with that. You allowed me to answer the questions.
Okay. I want to give you the final word here. You got about 2 minutes. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you think is important, that you feel is essential, or something you want to go back and correct?
No, I think we've covered everything pretty well. I can just summarize pretty much what we've been talking about and why people join us. And I do talk a lot about the Constitution, and to me the Constitution is very libertarian. So if you're a constitutionalist, you're really a libertarian, which means that you want a lot less government. The Constitution was written to restrain the government and not restrain the people. I make a very important point that freedom is a unit. But about 100 years ago or so, for some reason, our country divided into two pieces, personal liberty and economic liberty, and it should be all one thing. If you have a right to your life and a right to your liberty, you have a right to lead your lifestyle as you choose. But you also have a right to the fruits of your labor, and that's why I'm so opposed to the income tax. You should have control of your economic life as well. But the big problem is when you give that much freedom to individuals, they have to assume the responsibility. And you even indicated before that if you're not a moral society and you don't assume this responsibility, it causes problem. And Benjamin Franklin warned us about that. We have to assume responsibility for ourselves. But quite frankly, I've been talking to a lot of young people, and I believe that they are ready and welcoming this message because they're sick and tired of what they're getting. They're getting a huge debt, a Social Security system that doesn't work, a flawed foreign policy, and this endless debt. And I think that this country is really ready for some significant change. I think the large majority of the American people are ready for changes, and that the base of the Republican Party and the base of the Democratic Party is pretty small compared to the people who are disgruntled.
Dr. Paul, thank you very much. America, good night.
Thank you.